Today we're going to practice writing equations from word problems. In this video, I'm going to show you two different kinds of problems. In the first kind of problem, you're going to see a lot of the same terms that you would see writing from a simple expression. So we're going to see words like times, sum, plus, etc. In the second kind of problem, we're actually going to read a real world style word problem, and we're going to write an equation from there. As I read this statement to you, I'm going to pause and highlight important pieces of information with different colors, because this word problem is going to have multiple steps, and you can tell that by looking at your answers. Your answers have multiple operations in them, so we're going to want to highlight each operation in a different color. What is the algebraic equation for the statement 4 times the sum of x and y? I'm going to highlight that entire piece in one color. As I break down what this means, it doesn't say 4 times x. It doesn't say 4 times y. It says 4 times the sum of x and y. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is find the sum of x and y. Then I'm going to wind up multiplying that by 4. So I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind as I'm writing my word problem. The next part says plus 5. I'm going to highlight that. That's fairly simple. It just says plus 5. The last part is 32. Remember that in math, is means equals. So already I can take care of the blue part of my equation. I know my answer is 32. I know that I'm going to be adding 5 separately from this 4 times the sum of x and y. So I can even break down the part that says plus 5. That part's taken care of. Notice that I'm check marking it on my problem to help me remember I've already taken care of that. The challenge is going to be 4 times the sum of x and y. You have two operations listed here, multiplication and addition. Please remember that in order of operations, you would normally do multiplication first, then deal with the addition. But in this problem, we're asking you to find the sum first, then multiply it by 4. That means you need to put the sum of x and y in parentheses, because otherwise you're going to multiply by 4 and then deal with the addition. So we're going to put x plus y in parentheses. That's the sum of x and y. I can check that piece off. We're going to finish it by multiplying that sum times 4. So I'm going to put 4 out in front of my parentheses. As I read this problem to you, I'm going to show you down on here where these answers are. 4 times the sum of x and y plus 5 is 32. That's the first kind of problem that you could see. So in this case, the answer is D. Now, there's another kind of word problem that we can also look at. As we look at example 22 here, a camping site rents boats for $35 plus $3 per hour. If x represents hours and y represents the total cost, which linear equation represents renting a boat? You have to think about these kinds of problems logically. If you are renting a boat from a camping site, you're always going to pay an initial down payment fee. That's what the $35 is. You don't pay $35 every single hour. You pay $35 one time and one time only. After you pay the $35, you also pay an hourly fee. It says it's $3 per hour. So there's automatically going to be two operations in our answer. The first operation is going to be involving just adding the initial $35, and then we're also going to multiply 3 times the number of hours we work to figure out how much money we make per hour. I know that y is representing the total cost, so y is going to be by itself. If I break down what this problem says and use math terms, I'm going to start with my $35 that I only pay one time at the beginning of the day. After that, I'm going to pay $3 for every single hour. So if I want to find the total cost given the number of hours, I'm going to have to multiply $3 times each hour that I rent it. So I'm going to write that in math terms by writing 3 times the number of hours. Now in this example, I've started with H just so you can see that H stands for the number of hours, but in the problem, they actually want you to use X for the number of hours. So underneath that, I'm going to rewrite this problem and I'm going to substitute X for H because that's what the answers are written in. If I look at my answer choices here, they actually wrote the 3 as 3.00, so they left it as $3. It's the same thing, it's just regular 3. So the answer choice that matches this one best is C.